You don't need an expensive softbox to produce images like these. These images were shot with one of the cheapest light modifiers and a single speed light flash. In this video, I'll show you a portrait shoot using a single umbrella. Look at the images we'll get from this session with this inexpensive, simple lighting set. Umbrellas are an awesome lighting tool for portrait photographers. Today we're going to do a shoot in the studio here using just speed lights and umbrellas. And you're going to see the quality of the results that we get. We've got Shay, an experienced model that I work with quite a bit. She's going to be in front of the camera. And I'm going to show you how to use umbrellas. I'm going to show you the reasons why I use particular umbrellas. And I'm going to show you the tricks that we use when we're using speed lights with umbrellas. So sit back, have a look. We're going to get some awesome images. So we're going to start off with a couple of beauty shots. Now, you know, when we're doing beauty shots, we want to try and keep that lighting as flat and frontal as we possibly can because it's the most flattering sort of light to use. With our umbrella, we're going to place it, first of all, just up above my head so that that light's coming straight over the top of my head, straight onto Shay's face. And we're going to vary it a little bit as we go through. Okay. Okay, we'll just do a test shot, Shay. See what we've got. Okay, yeah. All right. Fantastic. First time, every time. Not every time, but I get it pretty close most of the time. That's lovely. Okay, so what we're going to do is just turn your shoulders to the side a little bit. Yep, that's it. Maybe move your feet around as well. Yeah, and your face back straight to the front. This way. Yeah, that's it. Great. Okay, here we are. Yep. A little tilt on the head to the side. Yep, good. Maybe push this hair back off the shoulder. Keep that in front. Yeah. Okay, lovely. Yep, a couple of bit more serious ones for me. Yep. Okay. Now, when we ask for serious shots, we don't want depressed shots or sad shots. We want Shay still to think of nice things. Fantastic. That looks great. Why would you use an umbrella to take your portrait shots? Well, the reasons are that it's very effective, it's very cheap, or inexpensive, I should say, and it's very versatile. It's easy to store, it's easy to carry. There are so many advantages with using umbrellas for your photography. Now, the main purpose that we use umbrellas is to soften the light. We want to try and soften that light, wrap around that light to make our clients look as good as we possibly can. We all know that the larger the light source, the softer the light. Now, umbrellas are available in a number of different sizes. We can get huge ones. I've got one over my head here that's about 2 meters round. The ones I'm going to use in this shoot are smaller ones, maybe 45 centimeters or so. So you can vary the size of your umbrella to vary the quality of the light on your subject. There are also a few things we can do to vary the quality of our light in our umbrellas, which I'll talk about in a little while. Okay, now we're going to modify it a little bit. We're going to drop this flash down so that it's coming more frontal onto Shay's face, but I can't obviously stand in front of it because I'm going to be blocking a lot of that light. So I'm going to set my camera on a tripod directly in front of that light so we get that axis frontal lighting. So I've got my camera set on the tripod. I've focused on Shay. I'm going to put this light in directly behind her. Now, my settings on my camera, I've got ISO 400. Because we're using speed lights, they're not as powerful as studio lights, so I'm shooting everything at 400 ISO today. I've got my aperture set to f5.6 and my shutter speed is 1/160, just so that I can synchronize with my flash properly. Okay, so we place our umbrella directly behind our camera. Now, the camera is going to be covering some of this light, so I'm going to boost my flash power up to half power. I was on quarter power previously. That's it. So I'm going to rely on Shay just to look straight at the camera because I'm not behind it. I know she'd rather be looking at me, but she's going to have to look at the camera just so that we get that eye contact with that camera. Okay, that's right, Shay. Here we go, looking straight in. Terrific. Just check that. Yeah, great. Turn that face away a little bit more. Yep, that's it. Good. Now, round to the front again. That's it. Pull the hair down on both sides. Okay, that's good. Yeah, great. Now you'll notice I just give Shay 1 or 2 instructions between shots because I don't want to overpower her with too many instructions. Also, because Shay's got long hair, we can play around with that. We can have it all forward, all back. We can play around with it one way or the other. So it gives us more options. Now, can we turn your shoulders around that way? That's it. Good. Eyes to me. Yep. Great. And when we're shooting beauty shots, one of the most important things is to have Shay's nose pointed towards the light. This is why I'm not doing too much turning her to the side with her face, because I want to get that light directly frontal onto her face. Okay, that's it. A little bit of tilt that way for me. Yeah, great. Okay, fantastic. Now what we're going to do is do a clamshell arrangement. A clamshell arrangement is where we've got a light in front of Shay and we've got another light or a reflector just underneath, so that we've got that clamshell shape. It's a very flattering beauty light to use, so we're going to set that up now. Obviously we're just going to use one speed light and one umbrella. I'm going to use a reflector down underneath just to throw that light up onto Shay's face. Okay, here we go, the clamshell light. That's it. Great, Shay. Maybe tilt your head a little bit. Yeah, that's it, good. All right, can we turn your body right around to the side to face over this way? Yep, push that hair back off that shoulder. That's it, lovely, and turn your face around to the light, yeah? Good. Great. More, yep. Okay, that's beautiful. You can see the subtle difference between that and the previous shot. That light just reflected up under Shay's chin, under her nose, under her eyebrows, just to give it a little bit more of a softer feel. Now we're going to change it around again. Now there are various types of umbrellas we can use. We can use a shoot-through umbrella, such as this one. This is one that we use in this shoot. It's a translucent type umbrella, so it's made of a fabric that allows light to travel through it. So we can use it as a shoot-through umbrella, which means we have our light source on this side and the light travels into the umbrella and then comes through the other side. We can also use it as a reflective umbrella, where the light source is here and we reflect it back onto our subject. With a translucent umbrella, you do lose a bit of light power. With a shoot-through umbrella like this, if we have a speed light or a strobe on here, we might get 50% of that light will travel forwards through the umbrella, maybe 40% will bounce back onto our subject as a reflective umbrella, and we lose 10% in the process. One of the advantages of having a translucent umbrella like this is that we can use it both ways. We can use it as a reflective one or as a shoot-through umbrella. And this is the one that I prefer. It's more versatile. We can do more things with it, as you'll see when we do our video shoot. You don't have to pay a lot of money for a shoot-through translucent umbrella. You don't have to go to a photography store or buy one online, even though they are fairly cheap. I think these ones are about $30, $40 online. I bought this one from a discount store for $2.80. It's a white umbrella and it's translucent plastic, and it's a bit larger than this one, so it gives me a little bit of a softer light. This one obviously is a bit more transparent than that one, so we get a bit more light travelling through this than we would do reflected back. But $2.80, you can't beat that. And it folds right down to a very small package that we can transport really easily. Another type of umbrella that we might use is a reflective umbrella. This one is obviously black on the outside and it's silver on the inside. This one's seen better days, so you can see it's a little bit well used. But the silver reflective surface means that we can put our light here and we can reflect that light back onto our subject. No light will go through the umbrella because it's black, non-transparent fabric. So this umbrella has the advantage of being able to reflect a lot more light. The light coming back off here from our speed light or our strobe would be about 90% of that light coming straight back onto our subject. The quality of the light is the same because we've got the same size light source. This type of silver umbrella is not quite as good as some of the others. This one with the shiny fabric on here is a cheaper style of umbrella. It's a bit cheaper to make. I much prefer having the ones with the little dimples all over it, because you find when you're using one of these reflective umbrellas, you'll get separate reflections from each of these facets of the umbrella. And it tends to make your light a little bit uneven. You'll get patches of light, patches of less light. And that's why a lot of photographers think that a silver umbrella gives you a bit more specular light. I haven't noticed that when I'm using a proper dimpled umbrella. I don't really notice much difference between the shoot-through umbrella and the reflective umbrella that's silver. You can also get a white reflective umbrella. It's black on the back and it has a white surface here, which just gives you a little bit less reflectance and a little bit less of that specularity that you might get from this style of cheap umbrella. Now, one brolly that I do have that's very, very handy is this little collapsible one. I bought this just from a discount store again, and it fits in my camera bag. It folds down to about, probably about 9 inches. I'm mixing up my metrics and my imperials here, but this will fold out to quite a substantial light source. I've put a little flash speed light attachment on here that allows me to put a speed light on here, and I can reflect that, give me soft light wherever I go. So this is a handy thing to have. So keep an eye out for a collapsible white umbrella. It can be really handy. So now we're going to move this umbrella off axis. We're going to move it a little bit to the side, maybe 20 degrees from the axis, just so we're going to get a little bit more modelling with the light on Shay's face. But to make it as flattering as we can, we want to still get Shay's nose pointed straight towards this umbrella. Now you'll notice that we've got the umbrella in a shoot-through arrangement. So the flash is shooting through the umbrella onto Shay's face. We'll get a certain amount of light will bounce back off that umbrella, which means that we can turn it around and use it as a reflective umbrella. The results are going to be very similar. The power might drop a little bit more one way or the other, but we can do it pretty much any way. But we'll change it around a little bit later and you'll see the difference. Okay, so I want you sitting towards the front this time, yep. I want your nose pointed towards the middle of that umbrella. Just relax a little bit, up tall, yeah, that's it, good. A little bit, yeah, eyes to me, yeah, great. Okay, lovely, here we go. All right, terrific. Okay, that's it, yeah, just that way, eyes to me, good. Might move your shoulders facing over this way a bit more, so there, yep, that's it, and turn your face back to there. Eyes to me, yeah. Great, see it? Yeah, good. Just smile when you want to smile, okay? That's fine. Okay, lovely, and a little bit of a tilt to the side, yeah? Great. Can we push your hair back over both shoulders? Yeah. That's it, yeah. Terrific. Oops. So one issue we can get with speed lights, which we just had then, is that they take a little bit longer to recharge than a studio strobe would because they have less power. They're only running on 4 AA batteries. So I tend to shoot too quickly sometimes because I'm used to using the strobes in the studio. So I'm going to miss a shot every now and again. I need to learn to be a little bit slower between shots so that I make sure I get every shot. That looks great, but now we're going to change it around a little bit. We're going to use a black umbrella, a reflective umbrella. It's silver inside, so it tends to reflect a little bit more light back onto our subject. What it also does is contains the light a little bit more. This white umbrella tends to throw light everywhere pretty much, which works well if you've got a high key shot or with glamour shots. But when you want to control the light, a silver umbrella is going to be a little bit easier to do that. I want to try and restrict the light on the background this time so it's a little bit darker. So we've got this silver umbrella towards the side. I want to get a profile shot of Shay, but I want to try and keep the light off the background if I can. It's a dark background, I've changed the background, but there's still a little bit of light getting on there, as you'll see from these couple of shots, but it's a different sort of lighting altogether. That's the way, Shay, great. Okay, here we go. Yeah, good. Maybe pull your hair forward on this side. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Okay, so you can see the results of that. Looks really good, but I want to keep more light off that background. So what I'm going to do is feather that softbox, which means I'm going to turn it to face me a little bit more so that that light's not going to get quite so much on the background. Feathering light allows you to control that background tone a little bit more. Okay, same thing again, yeah. Great. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, just turn your head enough so you can look at me comfortably. Yeah, that's it. Okay, great. So you can see that. The background's darker. The light on Shay still looks fantastic just by feathering that silver umbrella. We're going to continue now with the white umbrella for most of our shots, but we might switch between the silver and the white depending on the situation. Now, I mentioned before that we can vary the quality of light in our umbrella, not only by the size of it, but by other methods as well. When we're talking about a speed light like this or any sort of flash, we can move our flash closer to our umbrella. The ideal softness of this umbrella, of any size umbrella, is if we can have our flash back sufficiently to fill up that whole umbrella. That gives us the maximum softness that we would get from this sized umbrella. If we move our lighting closer, it only lights a smaller portion of that umbrella. So that light source is smaller coming back onto our subject, so it will give us a slightly harder light. We can also zoom our flash in. Keep it in the same spot, zoom our flash in just to highlight the center of the umbrella and push it back onto our subject. Now, we want to try and fill up that umbrella most of the time. So I would generally have my flash on 24mm, the widest zoom that I have on my flash. I can also use my little spreader here, because this little spreader doesn't soften the light, as we all know, because it doesn't increase the size of the light source. All this little spreader does is spread the light out wider. So if we have an umbrella here, we can use that spreader to make sure that that flash fills up that umbrella. Now, a lot of people will say you need to get no spillage around the edges of the umbrella. It doesn't particularly bother me because in most situations that spillage is not going to be a problem. It's going to impinge on other areas of the set that aren't in my particular shot. So I'm just concerned with filling up that umbrella to give us the maximum softness that we can get. Some photographers will collapse their umbrella a little bit, which looks quite cool. But in my experience, you're just as well to move your flash forward or zoom it just to harden up that light to fill up a smaller amount of that umbrella, and that will give you that harder light without collapsing and playing around with things like that. Okay, now when you're using the shoot-through umbrella again, or we're using the white umbrella, and because it's translucent, it reflects some light and it allows some light to go through it. So we're going to use it both ways. We're going to use it firstly as a shoot-through, as we've been using up until now, and then I'm going to turn it around and use it as a reflective. Because I'm interested to know if there's more or less power going to come out of it one way or the other. The quality of light's going to be pretty much the same because the size of the light source is the same, and we all know the quality of light is determined by the size of the light source. But have a look at these, we'll see what difference we get. Go. Okay. Again, we're going to have it about 30 degrees from the axis, just so it's still nice and flattering on Shay's face, but we'll get her to turn her nose towards the middle of that umbrella. Okay, you heard that, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Okay, here we go. Eyes to me, please. Yeah. Great. All right. Yeah, that looks terrific, that little head tilt. I love head tilts, as you know. Yeah. That's great. Okay, just turn your shoulders around this way. Yep, and your face back this way, a bit more. Yeah, that's it. Good, yeah. Lovely. And just look at the center of the umbrella for me. Yep. Okay, terrific. Now we're going to turn the umbrella around, so we're going to use it as a reflective umbrella, but I need to keep that umbrella surface the same distance from Shay, so that light quality stays the same. And it seems like I'm moving it closer, but I'm not changing this surface here. It's the same distance from Shay. Okay, so same sort of thing, Shay, just turn your face towards that brolly. Yep. Lovely, eyes to me. Yeah, that's it. Good, yeah. Great. So you tilt your head automatically now. Terrific. Turn your shoulders around this way, face right back to that shoulder. Yeah. And your eyes to me. Yeah. Great. All right. Terrific. Well, looking at the back of the screen, I can't see much difference between the two. But one difference is that if I use it as a reflective umbrella like this, I'm limited as to how close I can get it to Shay, because it's going to poke her in the eye if I get too close. If I use it as a shoot through, I can get that really close to Shay, even though she's getting a bit scared now. I can get it closer to her so I get effectively a softer light. I'm going to do that now. Okay, so don't get scared. Here we go. All right. Now because it's closer to Shay's face, I need to turn the flash power down. Otherwise we're going to burn her out. Okay, just turn that face here. That's it. Eyes to me. Good, yeah. Okay. All right, yes. Beautiful. Terrific. Shoulders this way a bit more. Yep. Good. Yes. Wonderful. Okay, that light is a little bit softer. We can see it in the catch light in her eye. It'll be a little bit larger. So it's a more flattering light to use. You'll also notice that our background's a little bit brighter because that light's a little bit closer. Now obviously when we're using umbrellas, we need to light them somehow. The way that I generally light umbrellas is with a speed light. I can use a strobe to do it, which allows me a bit more power to light my subject, particularly if I'm shooting outdoors. But speed light is generally adequate. So I need a way to fire my speed light when my camera fires, to synchronize that flash with my camera. So I simply use these little radio triggers on the top. I use these little Yongnuo ones. There are lots of different brands you can do. Just allows me to synchronize my flash. As soon as I push the button on my camera, my flash fires and everything works fine. I do need to keep my shutter speed below my flash synchronization speed because I don't use high-speed sync. And I also need to be careful that I'm getting enough light from my umbrella to light my subject, because we are losing a bit of light when we're bouncing this light. The light's traveling further because it's traveling to the umbrella and back to the subject, farther than it would be if it was just aimed directly at our subject. We can also use constant light with umbrellas. We can have a constant light on here that will light into the umbrella and light back onto our subject as well. They tend not to be bright enough for outdoor use, but for indoor use, they would be fine. It's just a matter of getting a constant light that's the right color temperature and a light that's going to fill up your umbrella to give you the soft light that you need. So now we're going to do some 3/4 shots of Shay, from her head down to her knees. We need to move that umbrella back a little bit so that we get a bigger coverage, a wider coverage of that light, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. We want to try and light that white background as well, which is going to work well because our light's further back. The light on the background is pretty similar to the light that's on Shay. Okay, just where you are, just maybe push that knee across the front a little bit. Turn your face towards that light, yeah? That's great, Shay. And eyes just over my head here. That's it. Okay. Yeah, terrific. I need to wait longer. Yeah, great. Move your body so you're facing this way a little bit more. Yeah, same pose. Turn that face further. Yeah. Eyes to me, yeah. Yeah, great. Maybe hands behind your back. Yep. Good. Eyes to me. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay, terrific. Now you can see that every now and again I'm getting a misfire, just because I'm not patient enough to wait for that flash to recharge. It's on full power at the moment, so it's going to take 3 or 4 seconds to recharge. You'll also notice that I'm shooting from a lower position. Because I'm shooting a more full-length shot of Shay, I want to shoot slightly up on her, just to make that perspective look a bit more attractive, rather than looking down from my full height. We also need some way to hold this flash and this umbrella. So you could just use a friend, or as I call it, a voice-activated self-propelling light stand. You can have a friend just hold it, or an assistant to hold it in place, or you can use a light stand. The light stand's a little bit easier, particularly if you're working on your own, because you can vary the height of the light. You can also use one of these little brackets. One of these umbrella brackets, you can buy them online quite cheaply. It will screw onto the top of your light stand, and it will have a hole on it that your umbrella will feed into, and you just tighten it up and your speed light will fit on that bracket there. So it makes everything quite easy. Fantastic, that looks great. Over there, please. Okay, now we've got Shay changed. We're going to do some full-length shots now. We need to make sure that that brolly is going to cover that whole area from head to toe on Shay. But we shouldn't have a problem because we moved that umbrella back. And because we're using that white shoot-through umbrella, the parabolic shape, well, it's not actually parabolic, curved shape on the front of the umbrella is going to throw light out into a wide area. So we won't have a problem with covering that whole area. Okay, wonderful, Shay. Just a little step forward for me. Yeah, that's great. Maybe 1 foot in front of the other. Yeah, that's it. That's good. Turn that face, yeah. You get sick of me telling you to turn your face that way. After a while, every time you come out, you'll do it. That's it. But we need to get that lighting right. That looks great. Yeah, terrific. Maybe pull that hair back off that side. Same pose, yeah. Okay, that's good. You'll notice in some of these shots that Shay's legs are a fair bit darker than her face or her upper body. And that's simply because of the extra distance the light has to travel from the umbrella to her legs. I quite like it that way. I don't want her legs to be too bright or the bottom of the frame to be too bright to take attention away from the top of the frame. But if you want to light her legs, you can do it separately, or you can adjust the height of your umbrella to give you that even lighting. Now, it is a bit difficult for Shay because she's balancing on a knife edge because she's got 1 foot in front of the other with those heels. So we men don't have to worry about that sort of thing. But when you see a model teetering, then you know that's the problem. Okay, so that's fabulous. Turn that face again, yeah. Look out, just look out over my head for me. Yep. Okay, that's great. Now the reason why I get Shay to look out over my head is because when I'm down low, she's looking down at me, so her eyes are a little bit closed. So if I want her eyes to be more visible and more open in the shot, I just ask her to look above my head. But when I do that, I give her something to look at. I don't just say, look over my head, because chances are she's going to go like that. So I say, just look at my head, my hand here, and that means I can precisely determine her eye line in the shot. Okay, that's great. Maybe same pose, but turn around this way a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, great. Okay, and Shay just altered that pose because it felt more comfortable for her, which is great, because we want her to settle into these poses. That's it. Terrific. We want her to feel comfortable with the poses most of the time. All right, so hands behind your back this time. Yeah, great. Okay, back to full length. And I should talk more because that will give me a bit of time for that flash to recharge between shots. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt my frame a little bit. Some people call it a Dutch tilt, but I just call it tilting the frame. When you tilt the frame to get the shot, it's best to tilt it in a way that the model's looking upwards rather than looking down. I'll show you both examples and you'll see the difference. Okay, that same pose, Shay. Yeah, that's it. Eyes to the camera here. Okay, here we go. That way, and then that way. Okay, one more, yep. Okay, terrific. So you can see, hopefully, you'll have the same opinion as me, that looking up in the shot looks better than looking down in the shot. The other thing is not to tilt too far, because if you tilt too far, this is what you get. Okay, same pose, Shay. Yep. Okay. Terrific. Okay, if you see people turning their computer monitor or their phone, you know that you've tilted too far. Yeah, can we sit you on the floor, please? Maybe sitting with your legs straight down that way. Now, I've asked Shay to sit on the floor, and one of the most important things I need to do in this situation is to look away, because I think it's just a little bit disrespectful to watch her try and sit down with heels and a short dress on. So I look away while she does it, so that she knows that I'm respecting her and everything's going to be fine.
Did it matter that the camera, she was in the camera when...
Probably, yeah. We'll shoot that again. Right?
Should we try that again?
Okay.
I hope I got down gracefully.
All right, so what I did then, I asked Shay to sit on the floor for me. And I turned around while she did it, because I don't particularly think it's nice to be sitting there watching her trying to sit down in a short dress and heels. It's difficult for her to do it anyway. So just out of respect, I turn around and look the other way until she's sitting down on the floor. It just helps your model to feel more comfortable. Okay, and I want you to turn your face towards the light. Yeah, maybe sit back on your hand. Yeah, that's okay, that's good. Okay, that's great, Shay. Here we go. Okay, so here we go, Shay, yeah. Wonderful. Turn your face to me a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. Okay, good. Can you lift one knee up higher than the other? I know it's not easy. Yeah. That's it. That's good. Yep. Can you turn to look at me? Maybe that back hand rested up on top of your knee. Yep. That's it. So you can turn this way a little bit more. Good. Yeah. Okay, one more. Good. Okay, can you roll over on your hip this way to the side? Yep. That's it. Maybe shuffle back a little bit if you can. Yeah. That's good. Just stretch one foot out a little bit longer. Yeah, that's it. We stretch that foot out a little bit just to elongate Shay's figure a little bit. Okay, that's good. Here we go. So eyes to me. Yeah, lovely. Just waiting. Terrific. Yep, one more. Okay. That's great. Now, this hand, can you put it over the back or rest it on your thigh or something? This one? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. No, that's fine, Shay. Yeah. Okay, one more. No, put on your foot. On your. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. Lovely. Now, we'll stand up again. We'll turn around. Notice I'm turning around while she's standing up. Okay, that's good. I should tell you that we've got a really windy, rainy day outside, and we're shooting in my garage. My studio's in my converted garage, so it's not the most windproof place in the world. So we've got breeze coming through here, we've got rain banging against the garage door, so excuse us if we're looking a little bit worried. All right, so we're just going to do a few more shots of Shay in the studio with the brolly and the flash, because if you've got someone like Shay in front of your camera, you want to shoot as much as you possibly can. So we're just going to do a variety of shots, have a look at them as we go through, and if you've got any questions about any of this stuff, please put it in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, wonderful. Weight on one foot, please. Yeah, that's it. Good. Just turn that face towards that light. Yep. Great. Can you turn that shoe out a little bit so we can see the profile? No, the other way? Yeah, that's it. Okay, because apparently shoes are important. That's it. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, maybe hands up close to your face or something. Yeah, that's good. Still turn it that way. No, yeah, that's it. That's good. Yeah, that's it. Just bend your pinky a little bit on the top one. Yeah, that's it. That's great. Okay. Yeah, a couple of smiley ones. Yeah. Good stuff. That's it. Yeah. Okay, turn your body around this way a little bit. Move your foot. Oh, no, that looks great, yeah. It's not what I meant, but that looks good. Turn it back that way. Yeah. That so often happens. I suggest something and the model does something that looks so much better. That's great, Shay. One more. And smiley one. Yeah. That's it, terrific. Cross those feet over for me. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Nice, just nice casual. Just turn that face that way a little bit. Yeah, yeah, just look that way. That's great. Okay, good. Lovely, Shay. One more. Yeah, here we go. Maybe a couple of shots with your hands up or just playing with the hair or something. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Good. Push that knee across a little bit more. Yep. That's it, yeah. Good. I sometimes say things that are impossible to do, so don't panic. That's it, good. Okay. Great. Can we do a couple of sitting down ones with this, please? One day I'm going to sit back and the stool won't be there. I panic sometimes when I'm halfway down. Oh, that was a good one. Robbie's leg in the shot. You see that shot? That was ruined by a videographer. Okay. Lovely. Yeah. Just look at the bottom of the umbrella. Sure, yeah, that's it. Good. Okay. Just look straight over that way for me to start with. Yeah? Great. Shay's got a great profile, so we always like to get a few shots. All right, now that hand up on your knee. Yep, keep it straight though. Yep, just put your knee under here. Yeah, that's it. Good. Nice to me. Yeah. Great. Can you give me a more serious look, please? That's good. That's good. Okay, one more. Yep. Okay. Wonderful. All right. We might finish off with some wind in your hair. The last thing we're going to do today, it's a bit of a bonus for you guys who stuck around till the end. We're going to do a head and shoulder shot of Shay, but we're going to put some backlight on her hair. So I'm using 2 speed lights for this one. One speed light in the umbrella from the front, as we did before, and I've got another one in behind Shay, just to backlight her hair. It's something that I do quite often, but I'm sure this is going to look fabulous because Shay's got this great long hair that we can blow out to the side. What I'm going to do to start with is ask her to pull her hair forward on both sides evenly, so that when the wind blows, it's going to blow her hair up into a mane-like sort of formation. So we can get that light in behind her. One difficulty I'm going to have is the recycle time on these flashes. I'm going to have to wait a couple of seconds between shots, which is very frustrating because it looks amazing when this happens. So I'm just going to have to be a bit more restrained, or I'll just shoot like crazy and just pick every second, third or fourth picture. So we'll see how it goes. One thing you've got to be careful of is this may be uncomfortable for your model, so you don't want to leave her in front of the fan for a long time, particularly if she's got false eyelashes, because it can sometimes play havoc with eyelashes being in this wind. But it's tiring as well. It can dry her eyes out, so we're going to do it in short bursts. All right, now you're scared, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've got the fan down here. I'm going to turn this on. You just let me know if you feel uncomfortable. Just looking straight at the camera, Shay. Okay, yeah. It's good. Okay, so the first shot I took was overexposed because the light is a little bit closer to Shay than we've been using it. So I was going to drop my aperture down to make it a little bit darker. But rather than do that, I'm going to reduce the power on the flashes because that will give me a faster recycle time, which helps with that issue I was just talking about. There we go. Yeah, that's great. Terrific, Shay. Yep. Yeah. Good. Maybe run your hands through your hair a little bit. Just keep looking at me, yeah. Yep. Good. Yeah, good. Okay. So you can see the results of that. We're going to step it up a little bit more and move that fan in closer to Shay, because we're towards the end of the shoot, so we can punish her a little bit more. It's not going to be a major problem. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, you can turn to the side a little bit. Yeah. Only shooting down to your waist. And the fan on. Okay, just looking straight into the camera. Yeah. Good. Yep. Ah, perfect. Yeah, that's good. Some smiley ones. Yeah, that's it. Great. Yep. A bit more serious now. Yep. Great. Yeah. Drop the hands down for me. Yep. Okay. That'll do us. So you can see the results we can get with just a single speed light and an umbrella. Doesn't cost you much. You can get some fantastic results if you're just careful about how you use it. Thank you very much, Shay. It's amazing. If you liked what you saw in this video, please subscribe and like and do all the other things to support this channel so that we can push more of these types of videos out to you.